Alright, so after a 2-week hiatus, we are finally back to start Season 4 of the Ayrton Senna driver career. Now, last episode, the finale of Season 3, there's no real other way to describe it other than just tragic. Going into the final round at Abu Dhabi, I was trailing, no, I was leading Fernando Alonso by, I believe, 2 points. And, well, if you haven't seen that video, this is what happened. I lost, as you can see. Fernando Alonso finished P7, I finished P9, and it was actually a massive bottle job from me at the final sector of the final lap of the race. I had a massive moment of oversteer after overtaking Sergio Perez, and that actually lost me the place. I was P8, which would have won me the championship on a tiebreaker, and I bowled it. So, there you go. We're into a new season, though. It's a clean slate, do you know what I mean? But looking at the R&D, I feel like we're not going to reach the same heights as the first 3 seasons, you know, 2 world titles and missing out on a 3rd by 2 points. We are, well, we're 7th fastest. We are 4th slowest. We are equal with Sauber and Aston Martin, a diddy bit behind Ferrari, and then quite a way behind Mercedes. Haas, who are 2nd fastest, only behind Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, is currently the fastest car on the grid. How they've managed that, I have no idea. So of course we're starting every season with the normal season opener in this game, which is going to be Bahrain, and let's get straight into it, and hopefully we can start out with a good debut. A good start to the season would be lovely for morale. It does feel good to be back in this series. Back in some good old quali. The best part of a Formula 1 weekend. It just sort of is. Here are the first initial lap times. It is important to note that these lap times don't actually mean anything because, well, there's a bug in the game right now where these lap times will change when I actually go out for a lap and come back in. These will all be different. Whether they're faster or slower is up to the game. So these don't really mean anything, but it's a good little benchmark still, nonetheless. So Leclerc currently leads the lot, followed by Russell. And, well, it seems like RB and Haas's good preseason testing performance wasn't a fluke, as, you know, Yuki Tsunoda in P3, Nico Hulkenberg in P4. I also forgot to say about some driver moves. I believe Frederick Vesti, yes, he now drives for Alpine. I believe Gasly now drives for Aston Martin, and Fernando Alonso has retired from Formula 1. Lando Norris currently sits in P12 with a 26.8, so that's a lap time I've got to go for, because realistically, all that matters in Formula 1 is beating your teammate, because you have the same car. That's the only thing you can be compared to fairly. So let's go. And here we go. My first lap of the brand new season. I probably should have done some foot. Right, anyway, forget what you just saw, right? First lap, here we go. Now, what I'd like to do is try not to make a complete fool of myself like I did before the lap even started, and just put in a decent lap, you know, nothing too special. That can wait until my final run. I just want a clean lap. Car definitely feels a little bit squirrely. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit on the shaky side, a little wobbly. It would be nice if this Mercedes would get out of the way. And, oh my, yeah, this car is uncontrollable. This is going to be a real tough weekend if my car can barely get around that corner without nearly dying. Half a second down in Sector 1. Sort of expected that, to be honest, given what happened, and yeah. This car it's like driving a Chihuahua, you know? Like, I can't exit out of a corner without having huge oversteer and crashing into the barrier over there. Here comes Sector 2. I've also just completely forgot to use my overtake on this lap, so that is, of course, going to make me lose a whole lot more time. Not bad through Sector 2. And, well, hopefully I can have a decent run through the final corner and maybe recover a little bit of lap time. Let's see. In we go, over the curb. Nice. That was okay. That final sector was okay. Middle sector was alright. Sector 1, obviously, pretty tragic. And my first lap of Season 4 is going to net me last. Quite literally, the slowest of any driver. Exquisite. Fantastic. Alright, here we go. Final run of qualifying. And I'll tell you what, if I can just hook up Sector 1 and 2, my Sector 3 is very lively. So, basically, I just need to keep it clean. And I've got the pace. That is basically what it comes down to. I'm actually going to remember to use my overtake on this lap as well, which is already going to gain me nearly 2 attempts before I've even made it to turn 1. Try and have minimal oversteer. That was... Ew. Alright, that was just a thing of pure beauty and class. That was incredible. Now let's try and not have the same oversteer moment through here. I'm going to be very cautious on the throttle. Now I'm going to gas it. There we go. Even more time found. Slight lift through there. Flat through here. It's just very clean, although I'm still not that much up on the cars ahead. I only basically just caught up from, you know, my half a second deficit. Here we go, approaching Sector 2. This has also been an improvement. Now 1.2 seconds up. Let's go. I'm cooking up something nice here. That was track limits. However, do me a favor and just pretend that it wasn't, okay? Thanks in advance. Final corner coming up. Gonna brake a lot later than my first time round. Got away with it. Overtake on. That is a much better lap. That is gonna net me a 1 minute 26.5. And that's not even that high, is it? Yeah, actually, I think that's all right. I mean, it depends where Lando is. Where is Lando? Let's take a look. No, that's perfectly fine. That's okay. So I go 0-1 down in the first quali compared to my teammate in a little teammate battle, but it's only by just under a tenth, 70 milliseconds. That's okay. Considering the fact that our car is, you know, 7th fastest, that would be, well, 10th, 9th, 8th. So the minimum sort of position we need to be getting is P14 or 13, and I was P12, Lando in P9. So all things considered, I think I'm happy with that, especially considering the fact that I made so many mistakes on my first lap, came back in the second lap, no mistakes at all, very clean lap, very nice and fast, very tidy. I'm happy. Of course, it's a shame that I was 5 milliseconds off getting P11, I was only 50 milliseconds off getting P10, but I'm happy with that. So, let us get to the Grand Prix for the season opener. Let's have it. And here we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I want to just say before we get into the Grand Prix, if you could please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. You know, if you're new around here, I'm trying to get back into sort of, you know, every other day uploads of some Ayrton Senna career mode. And, you know, if you've been enjoying the series, show me that you are. Do you know what I mean? Class. Now, for the Grand Prix, I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. It's weird saying that I was about to say, like, my title defense might not be on to a very good start, but of course, it's no longer a title defense, because I didn't win the title last season, you know what I mean? So, there's a lot less pressure this time around, I feel like. Not that there's any pressure to begin with, I am facing AI after all. I'm just hoping my goal is to get in the points. That would be really nice. Now, the strategy for today is a very interesting one, because the game is actually recommending me to start on the softs for some reason, and then go onto the hards. Look at the lap time, though. So we start out in the 1 minute 29s, but by the end I'm doing 32s. Yeesh kebab, what are the mediums saying? Oh, really? You're telling me that over the same course of 8 laps, the medium tyres are only going to wear 4% less? I can't see that being reality, but you know what? I'm just going to follow along with the game, and I'm just going to stop after 8 laps on the softs, go on to the hards. And without further ado, let us begin. Round numero uno. Alright, let's do this thing. Race starts are as bad as ever. I don't know why the start lights still have no sound, but we are away and that start seems pretty rubbish. I'm trying to just grip up the rears and sort of get going, which I have done. And to be fair, I'm going to go into turn 1, and I'm actually going to be maybe a couple places up, round the outside of Carlos Chili Con Carne. Hey! That's a world-class start. I've actually made up 2 places already in the points. This is obscene scenes round the outside of Lawrence. Pierre Gasly on debut as well, ahead of his teammate, with the Lawrence. He's on the medium tyres, I'm on the soft, so I should win this one. That was scary. That was very frightening. And after Sector 1, I am 3 places up with the squirreliest car ever driven by a Formula 1 driver, but I am 3 places up. Insane stuff. And there is lap number 1 complete. A very, very good opening lap. 3 places gained. Car seems not slow per se, but just very difficult to drive. It's very oversteery, but I have sort of got it under control. And, ooh, I suppose now we just sort of drive around and see what happens. Yuki Tsunoda sets the fastest lap of the race, and this geezer is flying. He's already about 2.5 seconds ahead of a Mercedes in P2. And yeah, that, hang on, mystery overtake on Gia Pasley. What a move that could be. He's still fighting it, just give up, mate. Where did that come from? I suppose that's just the AI being bad at racing, I suppose. We absolutely take it. I am now right up Lando Norris's arse. That has worked out brilliantly for me. Oh, hang on. Hey! Gia Pasley on debut has a DNF. That is so tragic that, you know, I did a bit of a dodgy overtake, slipping up the inside. It didn't even matter, because a lap later it would have got past him anyway. But that's cool. First DNF of the season is Gia Pasley in the Aston Martin. How fun. Hang on, Lando Norris looking for a move on Russell. Where's Sainz come from? Hang on, I'm not having this. Where did you come from? Mate just appeared out of nowhere. I wasn't even looking. I thought it was miles back. Hang on. Hang on, there could be a move on Russell as well here. This is all getting a bit too crazy for me to even handle. Potentially round the outside of Russell, he's going to have a really stinky line, allowing me to slip run round the outside. Yes! Wow. I did not think that after that altercation I'd find myself one place higher. And this car, whoo, it's so horrible to drive. It is so scary. I have never had less confidence in a vehicle in my life. Like, you go around a corner, a direct 50-50 whether you're going to come out the other side. Like, what is that? What? Stop! Why is my car drifting? I don't remember putting drift tyres on this thing. Holy moly. Well, we're up to P7. I've now lost DRS on Lando, which is going to end up ruining me. And I can barely drive this thing. Alright, well, here we go then. I've not got much overtake to work with. I've got Russell and Sainz both wanting to go past me. Here goes Posh Spice, and he is going to be way clear of me before the corner even shows up. He's gone. Now, maybe I might get DRS on the next straight, but I'm really struggling on corner exit through there because of how low grip my car has. So, yeah, zero chance of a re-overtake. Sainz looking for a move, not going to happen. I'm going to just straight up deny that from happening. And I don't really know what to do from here. My car is just so horrible to drive, and because I'm always skidding everywhere, it's well, obviously making me slower. So, not great. Alright, here comes Carlos Sainz once again, and holy moly, he's got some straight line speed in that Ferrari. That is insane. I'm doing nearly 330, and he's still catching me. Sheesh! Alright, final lap before I'm meant to make my pit stop. I've lost DRS on Russell, so I think you know what's coming. You are probably going to see a Carlos Sainz overtake. I'm going to go for the inside line, and I am going to go and try and fight this. We'll give it a go. It probably won't end well because of how bad my car is, and yeah, I didn't even get a chance to fight. That was fun. Maybe a little return overtake? No, because for wait, how's Sainz got DRS? I don't know how he's done that, but I'm going to try and swing one round the outside of him. Come on, let's get him. Yes, yes, yes. I have no idea how I've managed to get that return overtake, but he's got it done, and that is lovely. Right, I should survive until pit entry, but yeah, this has been a horrible stint for me. Like, the most inconsistent I have ever driven in my life, and why has Lando come in? Why has he done that? You weren't supposed to stop this lap. Great. Alright, race completely ruined. And Lando has a slow stop. Are we gonna have 2 slow stops? Yes, we are. Back-to-back slow stops for McLaren. I hope you all sack yourselves, honestly. What utter twats. Well, that's ruined any remote chance of points I might have had before. I stopped on the lap I was told to, and for some reason Lando Norris went in. Don't know why he did that. I am now, well, because he had a slow stop and I also had a slow stop, we have both lost, well, Lando lost about 5 seconds, I've lost about 10. So I might come out when everyone else has stopped. I might be around the P16 area. So that's good. Right, everyone else has now made their stops, and I'm last. There's no other way to put it. I am dead last. Thanks, McLaren. Thank you for not only giving me a crap car after winning you 2 constructors titles and 2 drivers titles. Thank you for prioritising the guy that has barely outraced me at all in 3 seasons. Thank you for giving me a slow stop in the season opener. You are all knobheads, right? That's what you are. I do wish that you were allowed to switch to any team, because I did want to go to Williams. And then using the power of hindsight, I should have gone to Williams. Unfortunately, they don't give you the opportunity to. If you drive reasonably well in a good team, you're not allowed to drive for a crap team. You're forced to either drive for like Red Bull or Ferrari, and that's it. So, yeah, cringe. Oh, hang on. Wait, no. I am not last anymore. There was actually a couple more drivers yet to stop, which means I am no longer last. I'm 3rd to last. Massive achievement. Potentially a little overtake opportunity here. I'm a lot faster than Albon and Piastri. Maybe, yeah, there is definitely a chance here. Albon's going for it on Pissy. Maybe up the inside of Piastri or Pastry, Pissy we want to call him. No, not going to happen. Maybe, yes, that's exactly what I was looking for. Slip it up the inside of both of them. Come on then, let's have ya. Cheeky little double overtake for the end of season montage. Go on. No, I'm not going to get switched back in 2025. Come on. 2 places, 1 corner. There it is. Now up to P15. Still nothing to gloat about, considering I started P12 and I was up to P7 at one point. But that was a nice double overtake, you do have to admit. Right, the issue I'm currently facing is that I am actively slower. All of a sudden, I don't know why, but I am actively slower than everyone else. I thought maybe I could put a little comeback arc and maybe catch up to the likes of Guan Yu Zhou and Kevin Magnussen, but I can't even dump Albon anymore. Like, he is very close to overtaking me. In fact, I reckon very soon he will overtake me. And I am not catching the cars ahead. Actually, I'm losing time to the cars ahead. I don't know why. I'm not driving any different. The car is still just as horrible as always, but I feel like I should be catching them. And I'm just sort of not. It's very weird. And here we go. Alex Albon, lap number 14. I don't have much overtake to work with. I think he's going to go for it, and he is. And he's gone. Wow. I have no straight line speed in this car. I have no cornering speed. I have barely got braking. I have no acceleration. And least of all, I have no grip. So, yeah, that is the result of it. I lose a place to Alex Albon. Potential re-overtake inbound. See, this is what I don't get, is that when I'm ahead of Albon, I can't pull away. When I'm behind Albon, I am, like, considerably faster. Send it round the outside of turn 1, and there it is. So why can't I now stay ahead of Albon? How confusing. But we do get the place back. I am now back up to P15, but, well, I've lost another second to the cars ahead. Alright, 3 laps remaining in this race, and at long last, I have finally got into a bit of a rhythm. It's not actually really helped me too much in terms of, like, distance to, like, other cars. Albon is about the same. Up to Behrman and Magnussen is about the same, but I do just feel a lot more comfortable. 3 laps left, still in P15. Nothing's going to happen from here. We will most likely finish P15, and at worst, P17, at best, P15. Let's just bring it home, have a cup of tea, maybe a little sausage sandwich, and recharge to go again next time out, I believe, at Jeddah. Right, approaching the final lap of the race now, and yeah, let's just try on onto this P15, because that's about all that I've got to celebrate right now is a P15. And I do actually remember, as we start the final lap, that last season, the first round at Bahrain was a bit of a stinker. Albeit, I was in the points in that race. I believe I did finish in about P7 or P8, but I was in the points. But overall, the race was stinky. I was slow, much like today. The car was not working well, much like today. And well, in the end, it turned out to me winning 5 races, and, you know, aside from a bottle job from me at the last lap of the final race, I would have won the championship. So even though today has been miserable, it's important to keep in mind that, well, probably by next race, I'll be back on the podium. You also have to remember Bahrain is one of my worst tracks on the entire calendar. To be honest, I don't know why I keep putting it on. I am egregious at this circuit. So, as bad as today's been, honestly, I'm expecting it to be quite good from here on. This is basically like, it's like the Monaco in real life. It's the race that you just want to get done with, because it's very boring and usually not much fun. And Yuki Tsunoda wins the opening round of the season. I wonder what the betting odds for that was before the season started. You're going to have one of the Mercedes on the podium, followed by, I believe, a Red Bull of maybe Checo Perez, I'm not too sure, or Max Verstappen. Not entirely sure about that, but here comes me. P15 for Ayrton Senna. Not how you want to start the season, realistically, but I already said about how it will probably get better than it currently is. To be fair, I am pretty pleased with that final sort of 8 laps, the sort of rhythm that I got in with some consistency. That was class, right? That was very good. It was very consistent, and that's unlike me. However, it was extremely slow, and it is actually going to be Lewis Hamilton P2, Checo Perez in the RB in P3. Wow, fair play to them, the sister team beating the main team, much like in 2008. So here's the finishing results. Lando Norris actually managed to pull together a P7 after his disastrous pit stop. It's obviously important as well to remember just the bullshittery, pardon me French, of the pit stop I had. I stopped when the game told me to on lap numero 8, and, well, Lando Norris also stopped. Not only was there traffic in the pit lane, so everyone was delayed, but Lando Norris and myself both had slow stops. I probably lost near enough 10 seconds because of that pit stop, which, if I was 10 seconds further up the road, I would have been 15 seconds back. I would have finished in P9. Or actually, yeah, I would have finished P9. So, that's unfortunate, but yeah. I want to quickly take a look at my lap times at the final couple of laps, because they were very, very nice. Let's take a look. That's world class, really. Look, you can tell here it's all going a bit wrong, hovering into the 130, 1.5, and then 38, 38, 37, 38, 38, 31 dead. Unreal consistency at the end. So, of course, the standings are just going to look like this, but I'll show it anyway. Here are the drivers. Lando in P7, that's pretty good. And the constructors, it should be RB in first, followed by Mercedes, if I had to guess. And it is. It is RB with already a 15-point lead after the first round. Mercedes in second with 26, and Ferrari in third with 13. So that's going to be all from me for the opening round of the season, Season 4 of the Ayrton Senna career mode. Horrible way to begin, really, but I am highly expecting to come back next time at, I believe, Jeddah. If not, it's probably Melbourne, and just rock the competition, because like I said, Bahrain, one of my stinkiest tracks on the entire calendar. Saudi Arabia and Australia, 2 of my best, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping for a better weekend next time. But yeah, that's all from me. Make sure to do all the good stuff, like and subscribe, follow me on all my socials, and I'll see you next time. A goodbye.